My name's Jansen, and I'm doing the Panther.
My name's Alec, and I'm doing the Red Wolf. We made kind of a forest area. They both live kind of in the same area. They both live in a forest. The Red Wolf lives in southeastern USA.
And Panther lives both in the forest and a grassland because it sleeps and kind of does small hunting in the forest. And when it wants to get big animals, it goes out in the grassland.
My name's Michael, and my animal is the orangutan. This is the orangutan. Orangutans are large apes that live in Southeast Asia. They live on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra. They are mostly covered with long reddish-orange hair. The orangutan senses are very similar to our five senses. Orangutan's size are 2/3 the size of a gorilla, and the main reason these are extinct are because of habitat loss. A little bit of fun facts about this animal are they are the only red apes. Another is they're sometimes referred to as red apes.
My name's Gracie, and I'm doing the zebra.
My name's Julia, and I'm doing the blue whale.
Some unique facts about the zebra are that they are social animals, and no zebra's stripes are exactly alike. And zebras are actually black with white stripes. Most people think they're white with black stripes. And there are 3 different species of zebras, and 2 out of the 3 species are endangered. And then some of the habitats contain savannas, woodlands, coastal hills, and mountains.
The blue whale is the largest animal to ever inhabit the Earth. It is almost the size of a space shuttle orbiter. It is up to 100 feet long, which is 2 city buses. It can weigh up to 200 tons, which is 20 school buses. 200 people can fit in just the mouth. 100 people. The tongue weighs as much as an elephant. The heart is the size of a Mini Cooper, and a toddler can fit in its blowhole.
And what we figured out what was the same between these 2 animals is that they're both mammals. They give live birth, which means they don't lay eggs. They're endangered species, and they are endangered because they have whale hunters and zebra hunters.
I'm Gabby, and I'm doing the golden snub-nosed monkey. I did a stuffed animal, and I colored it brown because it was pink, and I kind of made its nose like this golden snub-nosed monkey's is. It's named that because its nose is kind of flat like Voldemort's is. And I put sparkles on its back because they say its back is kind of colorful. And
my name's Caleb, and I did the koala. Human beings can hurt animals badly by doing things just for their fancy, such as cutting trees for our houses. Koala bears would lose their homes. When we pave our wide roads and people are rolling along, it is hard to look downwards and stop for koala bears in front. At one time, people wanted very fluffy koala hair, but after people protested, koala hair wasn't allowed. Because there are less trees around, koalas are more susceptible to attack, and when people let their pets out, they might have koala for dinner. Everyone gets sick sometime. Koalas are no exception. When they get chlamydia, they are not going to survive. With these 5 problems, it makes koalas endangered, but many people are helping, and the population is starting to grow.
My name is Mario, and I did the polar bear. I'll read the facts first. Polar bears live in the Arctic region. Polar bears are the world's largest land carnivores. Polar bears travel in a wide range of 100 miles. Polar bears are usually shy but will attack if confronted. Polar bears weigh up to 1,500 pounds and grow 10 feet long. Polar bears' fur is not white. Each hair is a clear hollow tube. Polar bears have wide front paws and slightly webbed toes that help them swim. Humans are the polar bear's only predator. 70% of polar bears do not live to their 3rd birthday. Around the age of 4 or 5, the female polar bear can have babies. Polar bears can only have up to 2 polar cubs a year. stay with their moms for up to 2.5 years. 5 nations have polar bear populations. Polar bears walk at about 5 to 6 kilometers per hour. Polar bears are able to gallop as fast as a horse. In winter, polar bears clean themselves with snow instead of water. Most polar bears stay active over the winter. Loud roars or growls communicate anger. Polar bears are in serious danger of going extinct due to global warming. Rising sea temperatures cause sea ice to melt, especially in the summer months when the polar bears are the most active. Polar bears depend on sea ice as habitat for hunting. As the sea ice melts, polar bears have to swim further to find suitable habitat, and it takes much longer to find a meal. Global warming isn't the only problem to polar bears dying. Hunting polar bears is a problem too. In the 1960s, 1,200 to 1,300 polar bears were killed per year. Across Canada, 500 polar bears were killed per year. Just one polar bear killed is worth $25,000 to $35,000. In 1973, a worldwide agreement was set up to only hunt polar bears with traditional weapons like a bow and arrow or a spear. But this still does not stop polar bears from going extinct. Hopefully, we will enforce strong laws to protect this endangered species so that the population might increase again.
My name is Danielle and I'm doing The Manatee. The Manatee by Danielle. My first section is information on the manatee. Facts. Manatees can live to more than 60 years old. They can see colors blue, green, and gray, but not red. Manatees have trouble with depth perception. Manatees have fingernails on each flipper. Manatees never stop losing teeth. New teeth grow behind the older teeth and push them out. Anatomy. They have small, wide-set eyes. They have they have an ear, and then they have like whiskers. They have paddle-shaped flippers, and the babies are dark gray to brown, and the adults are gray to brown, wrinkled skin. They have a flat, rounded tail, and females are larger than males. Their habitat. Manatees like warm, shallow salt water. Manatees live close to the coast, most commonly seen in Florida. The next section is pictures that I found. And they walk on their feet when they're in really shallow water. That's why they have fingernails. That's a picture of them walking. This one is a picture of, I think, a manatee eating. And then we did artwork. So I have a few things. Origami. And I made that model out of clay. And then my sister's manatee costume. I drew that. And my brother's painting. My brother's other painting. My painting of the manatee.
My name is Kirk and I'm doing the red panda.
My name's Sean, I'm doing the giant Chinese salamander. The red panda paws at the ground, the giant Chinese salamander is fat and round.
China is where these animals reside. They live in central and south side.
Red pandas have very small hands, while giant salamanders are the size of a man.
While these animals are so skilled, they sometimes get innocently killed.
Red pandas climb up tall trees and giant salamanders have no knees.
The giant salamander, while being fat, is losing a lot of its habitat.
Even though the red panda isn't tall, people just want to hang them on their wall.
We have to save our animals today. We can't go back to our horrible ways.
You can't hurt these animals, don't you mind? These are some of the greatest animals you will ever find.
Based on the pictures that we saw, killing them should be against the law.
These are animals you hardly know because their populations are so low.
The red panda eats lots of vegetation. The giant salamander eats fish and crustacean.
But their food isn't their biggest danger. it's being harmed by these human strangers.
We're trying to save each animal as much as we can, but they're all at risk at the hands of a man.
We're trying to save these marvelous creatures to help them in their land features.
So help us save these fantastic things because of what each of them brings.
I'm Jared, and I'm doing the jaguar. Alright, here's the jaguar, and then the main animals they ate were the deer, which is right here, and the rabbits. Their natural habitat was in the desert and many other places. So I put them in this brush here to attack the deer because that's one of their main food sources. And that's probably it.
Thank you for watching our video.
If you would like to help save the animals, please visit the website to consider making a donation.
Please help the animals.